If you've been waiting to buy a pen tablet, or if you're one of these people who is intimidated by the cost and the setup issues with pen monitors, you're in for a treat because this is the biggest breakthrough in pen tablets in easily 10 years. All of the pen tablets now are more than 8,000 levels of pressure sensitivity. And the one that we're reviewing tonight is Huion's Q11K pen tablet, a critical review. Most of the pen tablets for the past 10 years have been 2048 levels of pressure sensitivity. And so essentially what that means is the harder that you press on the pen tablet or even a pen monitor, it's supposed to make the lines or the color more intense. The lighter the pressure, the lighter the effects. Um, so having something like this is great, primarily for people who do photo editing and perhaps people who are doing high-end graphics work. But for the average person, I think that you'll see a vast improvement with this higher level of pressure sensitivity. Well, anyway, this is a new kit. This is a bargain for $120. Wacom just released two of their 8,000 plus level of pressure sensitivity pen tablets about 6 months ago. The cheapest is running right now for about $469. The higher end is about 520, 530, depending on where you're looking at it. This one right here with less bells and whistles. It has a few things that the others don't have. But this is only $120. So on the low end, you're saving 400 and something dollars, and on the higher end, it's about 380 something dollars. The arithmetic escapes me at the second, but this is phenomenal. Um, Huion did something that I think is really important with their brand new pen tablets. They've totally redesigned the pen tablet base. And how do I know this? Because I've been buying Huion tablets for the past 6 or 7 years. I've upgraded from the Wacom Graphire when they had the old Graphires back in the days. That's the only one that I could afford. Then somebody turned me on to some of the private companies, and I found the Huion on Amazon, and I bought that for 55, 60 bucks, and I had it for years before I ventured into pen monitors. This is a brand new one. The active space on this is actually 14 and a half inches. Um, but the active, if I give you the dimensions, it's roughly 15 and a half by 11 and I think 3/4, and it's essentially a half an inch thick. And it weighs roughly about a pound, pound and a half. You're looking at the on and off switch, which is good. It still has to be charged, and that's what it looks like when it's charged. Now here is the pen. This is the brand new Huion pen that comes with it, and this is the one that they made last year. So there's a significant difference. The barrel is about an inch and a half inch longer, and it feels a little bit more ergonomic to hold. Um, I had a problem with the drivers with the Mac. For some unknown reason, when I installed the drivers, and this is brand new, this was just released earlier this month. We're talking about June 2017. So if you see it beyond this month, this is when it was released. So I just got one of the first copies, and I had problems with it the first night. I installed the drivers on Windows 10. It worked out the box flawlessly. I came back the next day and turned on the Mac, and it worked perfectly. So don't really know what the problem is there, but for a whole host of applications, and we're talking about Manga Studio, Sketchbook Pro, um, Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, Flash, if you're still working with that. Um, this is a phenomenal tablet to work with, and I've this is just a joy. Um, I think one of the biggest things that I think people are intimidated with pen tablets and especially pen monitors is the smooth surface. Um, you'll find that here as well because the nibs are, it has a rounded point, and then of course the surface on the tablet itself is flat. Now you can get around this by placing a sheet of paper over the active area, just literally scotch taping it, and that will give a little bit of resistance, and it will actually feel as if you're drawing with a pencil on paper. And that's how I've worked with pen tablets for the longest period of time. So if you do pick up one of these, that's a little hint that'll make working with pen tablets so much easier. But anyway, let me give you the rundown with this kit. For $120, the Q11K gives you the pen tablet, which is a 14.5-inch diagonal active screen. It measures 12.5 inches by 7.5. That is the active area, and the full frame is 15.5 inches by 8.5 inches and a half-inch frame. It has 8 programmable shortcut keys, which is nice. It has an on and off switch, which you saw. On the other side of it, you have a lock switch. So that will actually prevent you from erasing anything, especially with the shortcut keys. You just saw the newly redesigned pen. It comes with obviously various charging cables. You've got the pen holder, which is a little bit heavier, so they actually redesigned the pen holder as well. And you have the extra nibs. Now, the extra nibs, what they did this time is they put the nibs separately from the holder. So you've got to take the 10 or so nibs and then actually put it into the holder itself. And I found that you can also, if you're creative, you can take the receiver. This is a wireless pen tablet, and I forgot to mention that a little bit earlier. So you actually don't need any wires, but you're going to need for the base to be charged as well as the pen. So it's easier if you're working in long stretches by the computer, just keep it plugged in, and then if you need to go someplace and you don't want to fool around with the wires, then the base is already charged, and you'll have roughly 6 or 7 hours from what they're telling me. I haven't found that to be true yet, but of wireless time. Um, it has 8,192 levels of pressure sensitivity. Windows 10, which you saw a few minutes ago, it works, and you're looking at Mac OS 10 12.5. So there it is working. I'm working with Prince there. It has a 1-year warranty, and considering all of the features that this comes with, this is just a remarkable pen tablet to have. $120, you can't beat it. Um, the only competition that I can see that you would be missing something, and I think it's missing a tilt feature. It wasn't, I didn't get to test out if it's really at an angle, the tilt it works, but there's nothing in the paperwork that says that the tilt function is there. But anyway, if you want the Wacom, be prepared to pay $400 plus. It has its choices, but this is a good alternative.